Okay, so we're talking with my good friend Peter Vessella, who won Midweek Madness. The last day, 4 races, you had a 4-1-1-1, breezy, and you just did a number on everybody. So if you could just maybe explain what worked, what didn't work, how you set it up, just like what you were telling me a moment ago.
Well, thanks, Doug. Glad to be talking to you. And yeah, it was a great day. Basically, before the start of the first race, sailed upwind and watched the other boats also sailing. It was obviously pretty shifty. So I knew you had to pay attention to the shifts. And left seemed a little better typically, but I felt that just to be conservative in the first race of the day and just get off the line and hike really, really hard for the first minute.
Right.
And usually, based on my past history, that would get me into the top group pretty quick.
Right.
So that worked really well, for all 4 races. And so I get off the line and sail upwind, and as soon as I felt like there was a pretty good shift, I could tack, take the shift, and head towards the mark. And basically that was the philosophy all day, was not to stand a header too long because it was definitely shifting.
Right.
As far as, setting up the sail, it's pretty typical of the old sail, except Cunningham is really critical. It's a stiffer cloth. So what I try to do is adjust the Cunningham on and off depending on how windy it got. We did have some lulls down to 12.
Right.
And I'd ease the Cunningham right away.
So you just try to get the wrinkles out? Is that the idea, or do you do more than that?
Yeah, I think that, before the start, if you pull it on really tight, you're going to have a lot of wrinkles. But once you sheet in and put the vang on, then the sail has a nice shape to it.
Right.
But then if I go a little lighter and you're starting to ease the vang off a little bit, which I also did, play the vang, then you probably have to adjust the Cunningham too.
Yeah.
And the outhaul was typical of, I think, the old sail in terms of how far off the boom it was.
Yeah.
Nice to have some power down low. It was choppy, so you still need some power there, but you don't have a lot of healing moment.
Right. Right. It was very impressive. Right now we're in sort of a delay for the next event. This is not this is not the kind of weather that a lot of people like to sail in. But I mean, when it's windy, you're just going incredibly well.
Well, thanks. I weigh close to 190 pounds, which helps. But I'm like 5'10".
Yeah, but
so
you're fit 5'10".
I try and stay in shape.
Yeah.
The sport helps you stay in shape,
Yeah,
I think.
exactly. Thanks, Peter.